Say hello to Tyrannosaurus rex. Ready to take him on is Triceratops. And the scene of this epic battle? The National Museum of Nature and Science in Tokyo. With 150 years of history, this popular destination welcomes 2.5 million visitors a year. As one of Japan's largest museums, it has roughly 25,000 different displays. We've mapped out the ultimate way to enjoy the National Museum of Nature and Science in 2 hours. We'll explain the science and the stories behind the exhibits with the help of animation. A treasure trove of knowledge in 2 hours. It's going to be an exciting voyage. The National Museum of Nature and Science is located in Ueno Park, 15 minutes from Tokyo Station by train and on foot. But before we go in, the big picture. This is the Japan Gallery, one of 2 buildings that make up the museum. Built in 1931, it's said to be Japan's first comprehensive science museum. Its predecessor was built in 1877 during Japan's era of breakneck modernization. After that, the Japan Gallery we saw earlier was built, followed by the Global Gallery in 1999. Let's go inside. The museum is often crowded, so it's best to plan your visit for a weekday morning. First, a quick preview of our perfect tour. The Japan Gallery features exhibits on Japan's natural environment and scientific technology. The Global Gallery focuses on the history of the Earth and humanity. Our 2-hour tour divides these 2 buildings into 3 areas. In Area 1, we'll explore the Japan Gallery and discover a mysterious pendulum. Then head to the Global Gallery and a journey from dinosaurs to human evolution. Area 2 covers the first and second floors of the Global Gallery. Get ready to see enormous plants and creatures from around the world and some of the proud achievements in Japanese science. Area 3 covers the first through third floors of the Japan Gallery. We'll examine the gallery's architecture, see some dogs beloved by generations, and explore fossils of giant creatures discovered in Japan. First, we need a ticket. Our starting point is just beyond the gate. Our 2-hour perfect tour starts now. See that glowing area just ahead? It's our first must-see.
Must-see number 1, Foucault's Pendulum.
This fascinating device was invented in 1851 by French physicist Léon Foucault. The movement of its pendulum demonstrates the Earth's rotation. At first, it seems quite simple. Just a long, heavy pendulum swinging slowly across a circle. But it's how the pendulum swings that matters. As it moves back and forth, its tip progresses slowly around the circle, like the hand of a clock. This animation shows why. To make things simple, imagine that the pendulum is suspended over the North Pole and we are watching it. We are rotating, but the pendulum is unaffected by that rotation. So in reality, it's not the pendulum, but we who are rotating with the Earth. Yet from our point of view, it's the pendulum that appears to be moving. It changes direction at a speed that's too slow for us to notice. But we'll be back later for another look. Before we go, notice the lights around the circle? They turn on as the pendulum passes. Right now, only one light is on. Let's proceed. This passageway will take us to the global gallery. The building is full of exhibits related to the origins of Earth and the universe. We take the escalator down to the first basement floor. This is the Dinosaur exhibition room. Over 20 skeletons and specimens you won't believe. Our next must-see is the king of the dinosaurs.
Must-see number 2. Model of Tyrannosaurus rex.
Tyrannosaurus rex lived in what is now North America. It was the apex predator of its era. This model is 10.3 meters long. It's still an adolescent. An adult T-Rex could grow to 13 meters. It had teeth as long as 30 centimeters. Its bite may have been 15 times stronger than a lion's. Take a close look here. These are its forelimbs. Just how T-Rex used these tiny appendages was a mystery. But new research suggests it may have used them to push off from the ground when standing up. This is the world's first complete skeletal model of a T-Rex doing just that. Triceratops faces the predator a short distance away. Their skeletons are posed at the moment when the T-Rex ambushes its prey. This CG animation is based on the latest research. The T-Rex could reach speeds of 40 kilometers an hour. It may have been highly intelligent and capable of hunting in packs. In this animation, Triceratops is surrounded and taken down by 2 T-Rexes. The fossil on display against the wall is very important. It may be the world's most beautiful specimen of Triceratops.
Must-see number 3. Triceratops fossil as discovered.
In situ fossils are displayed exactly as they were found. When most dinosaur skeletons are discovered, the bones are scattered. But in this case, the spine, ribs, torso, and even the head are arranged as they were when the animal was alive. This is extremely rare. This fossil has given us a better understanding of Triceratops' body structure and standing posture. Dinosaur research has recently been making remarkable progress.
恐竜の頭骨のですね、脳みそ自体は腐ってなくなっちゃってるんですけど、その脳の形とか神経の出入りの様子とか神経の太さみたいなものはそういうエクセンを使うとですね、かなり再現できるようになってきたので、恐竜の視覚であるとか嗅覚であるとかそんなことも分かってきつつあります。喉のところのね、軟骨の形が分かったみたいな研究があったりするので、もうちょっと もうちょっと未来になるとですね、分かってくるんじゃないかなっていうふうに期待しています。
Little by little, these stunning fossils are revealing the truth about dinosaurs. Elapsed time is now about 20 minutes. Now we'll go down a level to basement floor 2. We'll find a showcase of evolutionary progress from the beginning of life on Earth to Homo sapiens today. The next must-see focuses on a single species.
Must-see number 4. Trilobites.
Trilobites lived around 500 million years ago. This one is a model. Take a close look at the creature's head. These were the first organisms on Earth to evolve eyes. Visual sensing allowed them to move around in search of food and conceal themselves from predators. Now look at this. A wall of trilobites. About 10,000 species have been found so far. Roughly 100 are on display here. Trilobites were incredibly diverse. This one may have protected itself from predators by curling up like a pill bug. Some had structures like those of horned beetles. With such diversity of form, evolution could experiment with strategies for self-defense, intimidating rivals, or adapting to specific environments. Next, we'll explore the ancestors of mammals. But first, a quick review of the history of life on Earth. Around 540 million years ago, life on Earth exploded. A huge variety of organisms appeared, including the trilobites. Some of these new organisms evolved into fish. Some fish developed legs and ventured out of the water, evolving into amphibians. Some amphibians evolved into reptiles and made their home on land. And some reptiles evolved into dinosaurs. The dinosaurs disappeared after an asteroid impact transformed the planet. But research suggests that some did survive and evolved into modern birds. The ancestors of mammals were once part of the same line as amphibians. Around the time reptiles appeared, they branched off and began life on land. What do you think these creatures looked like? As we proceed further, we'll encounter a creature that's believed to be the ancestor of all mammals.
Must-see number 5. Model of Dimetrodon.
Dimetrodon was a transitional species between amphibians and mammals. It lived around 300 million years ago. The sail-like structure on its back may have been an adaptation to life on land. Dimetrodon evolved from amphibians. Regulating its body temperature on land would have been a challenge. It's likely that exposing the sail on its back to the sun helped regulate its temperature efficiently. Thermoregulation helped the animals survive on land. But Dimetrodon's mammalian descendants were small and limited in number. After all, this was the era when dinosaurs dominated the Earth. Let's walk on, past Dimetrodon. After dinosaurs went extinct about 66 million years ago, mammals grew larger and evolved into a huge variety of forms. Look at the animal on display in the corner. Mammoths were relatives of today's elephants. They lived in Eurasia and North America. and died out around 10,000 years ago. Our route continues to the far end of the floor, where we'll explore the course of human evolution. Let's take a moment to review. The ancestors of mammals branched off from amphibians. Around 7 million years ago, a new branch formed. These were the Australopithecines, who walked on 2 legs. Early Homo appeared about 2 million years ago, followed by archaic humans roughly 500,000 years ago. And between 200,000 and 300,000 years ago, archaic humans evolved into Homo sapiens, you and me. This diagram also shows the Australopithecines' key innovation, bipedal motion. The story of human evolution waits beyond this gate. This is our next must-see.
Must-see number 6. Models of Lucy the Australopithecine.
The model skeleton on the left is based on the bones of an Australopithecine nicknamed Lucy. The model on the right shows how she may have looked, with muscles and features reconstructed from her skeletal structure. Lucy stood only 105 centimeters tall, but she was a full-grown adult. Australopithecines were diminutive compared to modern humans. There were other differences as well. Take a look at her profile. Her nose is flat. She has a protruding forehead. Her appearance is closer to a chimpanzee than a modern human. Her brain size was similar to a chimpanzee's. She probably couldn't use language or control fire. As you can see, she had dirty fingernails. Australopithecines gathered fruit and used their fingers to dig for tubers. Next to Lucy are reconstructions of later stages in human evolution. This is early Homo, who appeared after the Australopithecines. Early Homo could control fire. They could cook food, and that meant a big boost in nutrition, allowing them to grow taller and develop bigger brains. And standing alongside early Homo is this reconstruction of an archaic human. Some archaic human species may have had bigger brains than we do. They crafted garments for protection from the cold and devised tools for hunting. Together, these exhibits make up a powerful portrait of the evolutionary journey leading to Homo sapiens. At the next must-see, you'll learn how our own species spread to every corner of the Earth. Straight ahead, at the end of this corridor, you'll find it waiting for us.
Must-see number 7. Bone hut model.
This is a partial reconstruction of a dwelling discovered in Ukraine. It dates to 18,000 years ago. Can you guess which animal's bones were used to build this? Mammoth bones. Humans not only hunted mammoths for their meat, they used bones as tools and building materials. The complete hut that the display is based on used the bones of 95 mammoths. The entrance is framed by a pair of tusks. The roof incorporates shoulder blades and pelvis bones. The hut was designed to stand up to Ukraine's harsh winters. Humanity's talent for building shelters in extreme climates allowed us to spread across the globe. This concludes our tour of Area 1. Elapsed time is now about 45 minutes. If you have extra time, here's something to consider.
Two hours plus.
A popular spot on the first basement floor of the Japan Gallery is this museum shop, which offers around 2,000 science-related items. The wide range of stationery with original illustrations is especially popular. The designs are based on exhibits from the museum. They're a great gift idea for children and adults. This glass case displays a selection of fossils. These are the real deal. And each one is for sale. This rare ammonite fossil is 70 million years old. It has a gem-like surface formed by chemical bonding with the soil. How about a T-Rex tooth? There's a good selection of other dinosaur teeth as well. The museum shop has items you won't find anywhere else. If you have extra time, it's well worth a visit. Our 2-hour perfect guide to the National Museum of Nature and Science continues. Area 2 covers floors 1 and 2 of the Global Gallery. The first floor showcases nature's majesty with towering trees and giant life forms. The second floor displays the best of Japanese science and technology, from an intricate 19th century clock to a 21st century mission to an asteroid. We start on the Global Gallery's first floor. The first exhibits deal with our natural environment. From there, we enter the zone of land-based life. We're going to see some amazing displays.
Must-see number 8. Strangling tree.
This is not a model. It's a real tree from the island of Borneo. Take a close look. See the vine-like roots around the trunk? That's actually a different tree. Its roots are slowly strangling its host. In dense tropical forests, very little sunlight reaches the ground. That makes it tough for new plants to put down roots and grow. But this tree has a workaround: birds that eat its seeds. The seeds are then dropped high in the host, where sunlight is plentiful. The strangling tree seeds sprout without soil, and roots stretch toward the ground. The tree has a powerful grip. The host may eventually die. It will decay and disappear, leaving an empty cavity. Only the victorious strangler remains. This fierce competition for survival among plants drives biodiversity. Now let's head to the far end of the floor, to this enclosed area. There are 3,000 specimens here, with many rare insect species from around the world. Some believe the rainbow stag beetle is the most beautiful in the world. And this Hercules beetle is the largest beetle species on Earth. You'll also find a huge display of plant specimens. Feel free to take pictures. Photography is permitted in most areas of the museum. Elapsed time is about an hour. Look up and you'll find our next must-see. Pretty impressive, isn't it?
Must-see number 9. Sperm whale model.
This model uses the skeleton of a real sperm whale that washed ashore to depict the internal structure. It's an impressive 14 meters long. Whales are mammals like us. Here's something that shows it clearly. These are the whale's flipper bones. Shoulder blade and arm bones are very much like their human counterparts. Whales even have 5 finger bones. The other side depicts the whale's exterior. Look closely at the area around the mouth. Do you see those small round scars? They're from a certain creature the sperm whale fought with. There's a specimen of that creature just around the corner.
Must-see number 10. Giant squid specimen.
Giant squid live in the deep ocean. They can grow as long as 18 meters. Sperm whales are also likely to hunt at great depths. In fact, giant squid have been found in the stomachs of sperm whales. This particular squid washed ashore in Japan. It's over 4 meters long. Look closely at the tips of its tentacles. See those suckers? Sperm whales are scarred by the suckers when they battle giant squid. Those scars are the legacy of a violent struggle to eat or be eaten in the deep ocean. Let's head for the Global Gallery's 2nd floor. This is a great place to explore the history of science and technology. Check out this model of one of the world's most advanced deep submergence vehicles. Developed in Japan, it's capable of diving to 6,500 meters. Our next must-see is a pinnacle of Japanese scientific achievement. It's that golden gleaming spacecraft.
Must-see number 11. Model of Hayabusa.
This is Hayabusa, a spacecraft designed to collect samples from an asteroid. Hayabusa was launched in 2003. It was an attempt to collect samples from asteroid Itokawa and return them to Earth. Itokawa is further from Earth than the Moon. But the engine malfunctioned and communication was lost, casting doubt on Hayabusa's ability to return to Earth. Innovative handling by the ground crew restored communication, and the propulsion problems were solved. Hayabusa finally returned to Earth 7 years after its launch in 2010. The spacecraft burned up on re-entry. But it successfully returned asteroid samples to Earth inside this capsule from a distance further than the Moon. The key to the mission was this black cylindrical device beneath the spacecraft. It was designed to fire a projectile at the asteroid, collect the particles that the impact would create, and seal them inside a capsule. But at the crucial moment, the mechanism refused to function. Undaunted, the mission team managed to collect the fine particles stirred up by the landing. Analysis revealed that the particles contained water. If water can be found even on barren celestial bodies, maybe one day we'll find another planet where humans can live. Now we go back in time to a clock whose timekeeping is nothing short of astonishing.
Must-see number 12. 19th century clock.
This elaborately decorated timepiece was made in 1851. Its abilities are as fascinating as its decoration. With one winding of the mainspring, it can keep time for nearly a year. But that's just the beginning. Take a look at the dial. It operates according to the traditional Japanese system of timekeeping, with the lengths of the hours varying throughout the day. The traditional system divides each day into 6 daylight and 6 nighttime hours. Each hour has its own name and length. During the long days of summer, daytime hours are longer too, while nighttime hours are shorter. In winter, the opposite applies. With the Japanese system, the length of the hours changes throughout the year. Inventor Tanaka Hisashige, the Thomas Edison of the East, created this clock. Its movement displays the seasonal variations in the length of an hour. Tanaka designed an intricate system of handmade gears to accurately keep track of the changing length of the hours over the course of the year. And despite the changing length of the hours, Tanaka's clock is very accurate. His timepiece even tracks the movement of the sun and moon throughout the year. Tanaka went on to found a company that became a leading global electronics manufacturer. His clock is an astonishing example of early Japanese manufacturing. This completes our tour of Area 2. Elapsed time is about an hour and 20 minutes. Before we move on, check this out.
Two hours plus.
This restaurant on the mezzanine level is full of clever touches that reflect the museum concept. Window seats have a panoramic view of the global gallery's first floor.
なんだ恐竜なんだサメの左の何見える？クジラね見えた。めっちゃ見えるね。すごいね。
The menu offers museum specialties.
あ、でもすごいねなんかこれ飛ぶみたい。
あ、本当だ。
The kids' lunch features dino-shaped ground beef patties. Today's dinosaur is Stegosaurus. The menu themes often match current exhibits. The adult version is beef patties shaped like dinosaur footprints, served with a rice volcano. Adults will love the tangy demi-glace sauce. A museum-themed lunch is the perfect way to recharge during your visit. We're finally ready for Area 3. We'll explore floors 1, 2, and 3 of the Japan Gallery. The first floor features elegant architecture. On the second floor, we'll see a beloved Japanese canine and a 2-century-old mummy, and hear some surprising stories. On the third floor, we'll explore a giant fossil discovered in Japan. We're back at the Japan Gallery. Time to check the pendulum we saw when we arrived. The pendulum's swing is aligned with the 9th lamp. When we first saw it, it was aligned with the 1st lamp, which means the pendulum's direction has rotated by 8 lamps over the course of an hour and a half. Amazing to think this is Earth's rotation in action. Our tour of the Japan Gallery continues. Let's head upstairs to the first floor. Our next must-see is coming into view.
Must see number 13, Japan Gallery Entrance Hall.
The floor of the hall is decorated with geometric Art Deco patterns, part of the Western tradition. Looking up, the space resembles a church, with architecture inspired by the European Renaissance. The stained glass features bird-like figures. These are phoenixes, mythical creatures from the Eastern tradition. The Japan Gallery blends Western architectural styles with Eastern aesthetics. It is a designated important cultural property of Japan. Why was the building so elaborately designed? A photo shows the original museum over a century ago. Known as the Tokyo Educational Museum, its collection was growing. But in 1923, Tokyo was struck by a massive earthquake. Widespread fires swept through Tokyo, claiming more than 100,000 lives. Large parts of the city were destroyed. The Tokyo Educational Museum and its collection were a complete loss. More important reconstruction took priority, and the museum would have to wait. Only 5 years later did work on a new museum begin. But architectural techniques that were honed during Tokyo's reconstruction were applied to the new museum, making a very elaborate design possible. This bird's-eye view shows how the Japan Gallery resembles an airplane. At the time, aircraft were symbols of cutting-edge science and technology. The design of the Japan Gallery was therefore a message of hope for the future. We'll climb to the second floor and keep to the right wall. The next must-see is a dog beloved not only in Japan, but by people around the world.
Must-see number 14. Hachiko, the loyal dog.
He's called Hachiko. This is the same dog that waits eternally at Shibuya Station. People from all over the world come to take photos with him. How did he come to be honored with a statue? Because he was incredibly loyal to his owner. Hachiko became a legend. His owner died in 1925, and for nearly 10 years after that, this dog waited every day at the station for his master's return. When Hachiko died in 1935, his body was mounted for public display. Since then, people continue to visit him, not just at the station, but here in the museum as well. The dark brown dog behind Hachiko is another must-see.
Must-see number 15. Jiro, the sled dog.
Jiro lived nearly 70 years ago. With his brother Taro, he played a vital role in Japan's first Antarctic expedition. In January 1957, the expedition arrived with Jiro, Taro, and their teammates. They pulled heavy loads over ice and snow and contributed to the research effort. The dogs managed to survive for nearly a year in the brutal cold. How did they endure such harsh conditions? Jiro's ancestors came from the far north and were adapted for extreme cold. His body was well insulated with thick fur. Notice his paws. He even has fur between his toes. Jiro's brother Taro was also mounted. He's on display at a Japanese university. Let's walk on. The next must-see has made valuable contributions to our understanding of Japanese history.
Must-see number 16. 200-year-old mummy.
Mummies are a rarity in Japan. Since this woman's face is clearly visible, photography isn't permitted. This illustration shows the details. The woman was wrapped in a cloth and placed in a kneeling position inside the jar. Her body may have mummified naturally due to the soil and ambient conditions. The jar was unearthed on the grounds of a temple that once stood near the museum. These jars show how she was buried. The air inside the jar had been sealed out, preventing decay of her internal organs and spine. This remarkable preservation made detailed scientific analysis possible. The woman lived about 200 years ago. She was in her late 30s to 50s and stood about 135 centimeters tall. She dined on seafood and suffered from periodontal disease. Data like this from someone who lived so long ago is incredibly valuable.
明治時代になるとやっぱり結構いろんな医学的な情報データというのが残ってくるんですけども、実はその前の江戸時代のことってほとんどわからないんですよね。ですから生まれ育ちですね、どのような病気になって亡くなっていったのかということを詳しく知るということが江戸から明治の違いというのを考えるとき非常に重要になります。
Elapsed time is about an hour and 50 minutes. Now we head up the stairs to the third floor. All the creatures on display here were discovered in Japan. You may be surprised by just how big some of them are.
Must-see number 17. Model skeleton of Futabasaurus.
Futabasaurus isn't actually a dinosaur. It's a marine reptile that lived during the dinosaur era. It was discovered in Japan in 1968. Media coverage of the discovery was extensive. A high school student made the discovery, which increased the public's interest. People started thinking, maybe I can be a fossil hunter too. The discovery of Futabasaurus touched off a nationwide fossil hunting craze. This explosion of interest in dinosaurs led to discoveries like Kamuisaurus, a new dinosaur species found in Hokkaido. In fact, new dinosaur fossils were discovered all over Japan. We have one more must-see. These are mineral samples from all over Japan. Our final must-see is an incredible stone.
Must-see number 18. Meteorite that fell on an apartment.
Of the 54 meteorites officially recognized to have been recovered in Japan, more than half of them are on display at this museum. One deserves special attention. It fell on July 2nd, 2020. Its fiery descent was observed across Japan. The majority of meteorites burn up entirely, or they land in the ocean or remote areas where they're nearly impossible to recover. But a fragment from this one landed on the railing of an apartment building, where it was discovered by a resident. The fragment was found to be magnetic. This strongly suggested it was a meteorite, since they often contain iron. Look closely and you can see the metallic glitter. The red fragment on the right is from the same meteorite, which broke apart before reaching the ground. The second fragment was found 20 days later. By then, rain had caused the iron to rust. Meteorites can contain substances not found on Earth. Analyzing their composition is a key to understanding the universe.
隕石を調べるとですね、年代測定をしたり、それから成分を調べたり、そういうことをすることによって太陽系がいつどうやってできたかということを調べることができるんです。サンプルっていうのは偶然でしか拾えないわけですね。なのでできるだけたくさん拾ってそれで調べやすいものを調べる必要がありますし、あるいはたくさん調べることによって全体の傾向が分かるということがあります。世界中の博物館がそういう目的のために隕石を集めてるんですけれども、画伯はできるだけ日本の隕石を集めて保存しておくっていうことが使命だと思っております。
Someday, advancing technology may allow us to take old meteorites and make completely new discoveries from them. Elapsed time is exactly 2 hours. Let's look back over our route. We toured 2 buildings, the Japan Gallery and the Global Gallery. We explored 3 areas of the museum altogether. In Area 1, we saw a pendulum that demonstrates the Earth's rotation. In the Global Gallery, we entered the world of dinosaurs like mighty Tyrannosaurus. On basement floor 2, we encountered trilobites and the ancestors of mammals and explored the story of human evolution. Area 2 started on the first floor of the Global Gallery, where we saw a whale and a giant squid. On the second floor, we studied Japan's scientific achievements, including an asteroid probe and an amazing timepiece. Area 3 began with Japan Gallery's beautiful architecture. Moving on, we heard the stories of Hachiko and Jiro and came face to face with a 200-year-old mummy. On the third floor, we found Futabasaurus, a unique meteorite, and learned how science is solving nature's mysteries. From the age of dinosaurs to the far reaches of a universe full of wonder, the National Museum of Nature and Science is truly a motherlode of knowledge. Let's meet again on the next 2-hour perfect tour. Sayonara.